Master Mage, Season 1, Episode 20. After the man was masked off, Fang realized that man was so familiar that he was the street artist at the market. The exorcist had revealed his identity in front of them with an angry voice. He was Lei, an apprentice of Jin. He had never been in that such pathetic. Lei gave Fang his murderous eyes, but that was nothing to Fang, he was so calm. Fang had smashed the evil exorcist out one. Holding the heavy grudge to Fang, Lei had turned to be a zombie with multiple heads and hands. His current form had to scare ordinary people out, but Fang had his magic sword in his hand. There was no reason for Fang to watch out for Lei. Behind Fang, Master Jackie had reminded Fang that Lei must have turned himself into a zombie. Fang had no way to defeat Lei, so Fang had to stay away from him as far as he could. By his long years of experience, when seeing how Lei was capable of, Master Jackie got worried sick. Fang had partially beaten up Lei earlier. He was full of confidence at that moment and didn't listen to his master's pieces of advice. He held his sword tightly and tended to attack Lei. Fang got a significant kung fu improvement, but he still had no experience reading the situation in a real battle. He simply thought that Lei had some more heads and hands meant he just needed to take some more cuts to end Lei's life. Once Fang put the sword towards Lei, he had realized his mistake. Lei was very agile, he was able to move around quickly. With his multiple hands and heads, they were swirling, resulting in Fang getting dizzy and unable to examine where to attach. In a blink of an eye, Fang, from having the advantage, had become no chance to win over that zombie exorcist. While Fang was still hesitant, Lei had taken his action. He attacked Fang multiple times, which Fang was unable to have time to dodge. At first glance, Lei seems to use a lot of effort to attack Fang, but he doesn't have any tired after all. He had hit Fang consecutively so that Fang got bleed in the mouth already. Then Lei ended up the battle with a powerful hit which made Fang fly out. A rattle sound from Fang's fall had made in front of Master Jackie. The great master worried for his apprentice badly. He reached his hands to hold the ignorant Fang, who had lost his earlier ignorant face. Fang was so pathetic at the moment. His eyes were all swollen, blood was pouring out from his noses and mouth, some of his teeth nearly got broken as well. Fang got achy all over his body, he almost shed tear out. To Lei at the moment, he had been pissed off by Fang, his blood was boiled, he didn't want just to let Fang rest. He looked like a giant spider, tended to end up Fang and Master Jackie. Being poisoned deeply within the body, Master Jackie was unable to move his body. Fang was in a dull pain all over his body, but he tried his best to grab his master and dodge the attack. Fortunately, he could dodge that life-threatened attack. Still, he was unable to guess what direction the exorcist was going to attack next. How the two masters and apprentice were going to escape from that situation. Could they make it alive in front of the zombie exorcist? Lei didn't turn back. Two of his heads in his back looked over Fang's weaknesses. Lei put up his fists and tended to attack Fang at his shortcomings. Fang was injured and grabbed his master, so he was a little slow to react. His back had to get 3 of Lei's punches. He could feel his bones in the back were likely to be broken. Fang spitted out a lot of blood. His body started shaking. He was likely to lose all of his power at the moment. No matter how hard Fang tried, he was unable to move his body any longer. That was a severe hit to Fang. Fang had followed Master Jackie in years and experienced countless battles with Master Jackie. That was the first time Master Jackie had to stay still and see Fang in a severe injury. Master Jackie reached his hands towards Fang shakingly. He called his apprentice's name hopelessly. Fang was not in unconsciousness yet, but he was unable to move even his fingers. He had put all of his powers to help his master. At that moment, Lei burst out laughing. He spoke up that Fang would die sooner or later after his attack. He would give Fang a hand to quickly go to hell and lessen his physical pain in no time. Lei was delighted when seeing his opponents had been taken down one by one. He confidently stepped towards Fang and Master Jackie. In his eyes, Fang and Master Jackie were all like tiny ants which he could easily use just a finger to end up. Master Jackie and Fang were all unable to move their bodies. Fang got more worried when Lei stepped closer and closer to them. Master Jackie could read Fang's mind. He put Fang down and comforted Fang. Master Jackie tried his best to take his sword. Fang was able to feel how dedicated Master Jackie was to face up that evil. He wanted to sacrifice his life. Master Jackie staggered towards the evil and said that he didn't care about life or death from the day he decided to be an exorcist. Cleaning up the demons and evils was the most important thing. Fang was right, even though the poison had come into his vein already. But Master Jackie wanted to beg his own life in that situation. He didn't seem to care whether he lived or died. Master Jackie bit his own tongue, spitted his blood into the sword, shouted out loud, and plunged towards the zombie exorcist. Without a hesitation, Lei had well geared up for the Great Master's attacks. The two of them plunged to each other. Our Great Master had been in a severe injury. How could he defeat the evil? Master Jackie was wise enough to know that he could not throw eggs against rocks. He was about to use his intelligence to win that hopeless fight. Master Jackie jumped into the air and drew a line with his magical sword. He went behind Lei and threw the sword firmly to the exorcist's body. His swift movement had cut off one of the heads out from behind. Right after the head had been cut off from the wound, a large number of bloody maggots came out. They had formed something. It turned out from that position had formed another hand. Didn't wait for Lei to form back. Master Jackie put his strength into the sword and prepared for another attack. Even though Master Jackie had been weakened, his powers were still large enough to scare that Lei exorcist. Just one cut, the sword had gone through Lei's chest. In exchange, Master Jackie got some side effects as well. He had to use his inner strength, so the poison had come to his heart already. His vision got blurry. He spitted out the black blood right then. Regarding Lei, he got a substantial hit, but he didn't get scared. In contrast, he gave a big scary smile with a bossy look on his face. Once Master Jackie tended to retrieve his sword from the body, many bloody maggots stuck in his sword and moved to his arms. Those bloody larvae were likely to have eyes. They linked together and formed into an arm, then stopped at the master's neck. They grabbed the master's neck and tightened tightly. The master had thrown into the air, barely to breath, and hopelessly fought back the maggot's arm. Fang laid on the ground. He wanted to help his master badly, but he could not move an inch. Fang and his master had a profound bond through years. Seeing his master was about to step to the death door hopelessly. The only thing Fang could do at the moment distracted the exorcist by scolds and hoping the exorcist was about to change his fight target to Fang.